The French Cleat system has completely transformed my shop, has given me a whole new level of organization. I still do not have all my tools where I want them, but it is a huge improvement over anything I've had in the last 30, 35 years of owning shops. So yesterday, a viewer asked me, why do I 3D print some of my tool holders and why some of them are made out of wood? So real quick, I'm going to kind of go over the reason why some of my tool holders are different than the other ones. Now, wood, you can do a lot stronger. As you see, these are some big 60-inch Bessie clamps. I don't know how much they weigh, but they're probably 15 pounds a piece. Those things are heavy. I've got a bunch of them up there. They go on my French cleat wall. The wood has no problem handling the weight. So anytime you've got something that's going to be large, like this with my wrenches, like right here with my little squares, this is some pine that I had. Now this is like some 100-year-old pine that was giving me, but I had these little thin boards, and I think that makes a beautiful tool holder, and it's very functional. I got my chisels right here, and again, I just drilled a couple of holes, countersink them. But then whenever like my earmuffs, trying to get something to kind of hold those, or I'm getting blind, so I need my glasses or even my safety glasses. This is kind of my safety area here. I, found it just easier to go in there and throw something together and, put the printer to print, especially if I'm going to do multiple. Now here's something I really like. I always want to put all of my things together. So here's my little spray guns. I've got the strainers, and then I've got my polyacrylic there, which is what I'm going to use in this gun. This is why I spray my clear coat. But then at the bottom here, I also have this nice little hardwood drawer. So obviously something like this for all my drills, one that's too big, you'd have to have a huge 3D printer and it wouldn't hold the weight. But then you also have the option like this here with my glue gun. I can 3D print this little part here and then add it to a wood cleat. So it's almost kind of like a hybrid. However, like this is what I use for, I've got my countersinks, just a regular countersinks. I've got the pre-drill hole with the countersink. This one has got the shoulder for like, doing the plugs. This has got the longer drill bit, and I got my self-centering drills, but they're all for the different size screws. And so I can 3D print this and, use a different color filament and actually label it. And so now that's what I got. 3D print. I could print it out and use a label maker. This here, like all these are different sizes. So I was able to go in here and, make the holes different sizes so that those fit in perfectly. But then like right here, sometimes your tools will come already, with the holder. And in that case, I just take the piece of wood and mount the tool in the holder that it came with. Now, had I done these, now these are my bit holders. So I've got 200 holes here. So back in the back, I had just bits everywhere, so these 1/4-inch bits. And now I am slowly creating racks like that to organize them even further. But just getting all my bits into one spot, so where I knew if I needed to get a bit, I could just come grab them. But to sit here and cut out something like that, yeah, I could have stacked up some plywood maybe, and built these little step type deals. I don't know. It would have been, a lot more difficult, and then to get all those holes drilled if I was doing that in wood. Whereas once I designed this, then I hit click, print, walk away, I come back later and it's completely done. And then I can just redo that same thing over and over again. So I come back, pop the one off, and within 15 seconds, I got another one printing. So as you see, it all kind of depends on what it is I'm building the tool for, whether or not I go with the 3D printing. And it also, I used the 3D printing because it's a new media. It's has actually helped me, and I was hanging barn doors and needed spacers and was able to go in there and create custom spacers to make this project work. But you have to know how to use the design software. So I find by trying to design some of these tool holders, it's increasing my ability because I've never went to school. I've all self-taught myself how to use all the design software. And so designing these tool holders is really good practice on learning how to use the AutoCAD. You know, I started with SketchUp and now I'm using Fusion 360 and my abilities has gone really great. And then I've had people call me up, hey, can you 3D print this? You know, I'll pay you. And I'm like, okay, no problem. And was just able to, in a few seconds, put it in, put it on the printer, and then the guy drops me off money later. So, you know, there's always more than one reason to do something, but I find, like right now, I'm building a little electrical box. Don't need finger joints and stuff and inserts and all that, but it's just for me, a shop project. But this is actually throwing in a lot of different skills, and it just gives me practice. So whenever I do create something, you know, I'm going to be that much better at whatever the finished product is. You know, I've said it before, you know, you always try to shoot for perfection, even on little shop projects, because you're not going to achieve it. But if you try to go mediocre, you may not even achieve that. So anyway, hopefully this was a little bit helpful.